They said the humans were unranked, unremarkable, a provisional species invited to the coalition out of pity more than merit. But pity was never something they needed. I was there when the humans showed us what rank truly meant. The training world of Vornath Prime was a scarred moon orbiting a red gas giant. It was where new recruits of the Galactic Peace Force were tested. Every species, every creed, every warrior who dreamed of serving the Council. Instructors of the Gatar, a species of carnivorous felines, stalked through the heat-slicked sands, their armor patterned in matte obsidian. Among them walked a lone figure, short, upright, wrapped in matte gray armor. No claws, no scales, no fangs. A human, Sergeant Alara Vance. To the recruits, she was simply Instructor 7H, no rank insignia. No recorded service record. She spoke little, observed much, and could disable a Catharan war beast in 2 moves without breaking a sweat. And yet, she wore no colors, no medals. To the cadets, she was nothing special, just another baseline mammal with delusions of adequacy. It began with a cub. The Gatar were born hunters. Even their young trained early, claws honed, teeth sharpened, instincts drilled from birth. But one cub, Rikiri, was small. Too small. Born with a limp hind leg, she struggled to keep up. Her classmates mocked her. Predators could not afford weakness. The instructors pitied her. The human didn't. Sergeant Vance simply handed her a dull training blade and said, "You've got one leg that doesn't work. Fine. Then make every step count twice." It wasn't compassion, not as the aliens understood it. It was discipline forged into care, and care tempered by iron. On Vornath Prime, the trial field was where recruits were graded by their ability to survive simulated combat. That year, the trial malfunctioned. Instead of drones, feral apex predators, real ones, the kind used for planetary culling, were released. 14 recruits died in the first minute. The Council monitors screamed to abort, but the override was locked. Inside, the human moved. No armor upgrades, no plasma weapons. Just her, a combat knife and a radio link she used to coordinate 30 terrified cadets who had never seen death before. "Pair up, 2 to a ridge. Keep your backs to the rock. Qatar, cover arcs. Hishi, use your webbing for traps. Move now." Her voice, calm, precise. Every order saved lives. Every second was measured. When one of the predators broke through, she charged it head-on. The recording, later played before the Council, showed a 70-kilogram human throwing herself at a 400-kilogram beast and winning. When the battle was over, 19 lived. 19 out of 47, every one of them owed her their life. When rescue arrived, the survivors stood in silence. The medics pulled bodies. The Council investigators questioned everyone. Who authorized lethal trials? Who led the survival effort? The cadets pointed to the human. Alara Vance, unranked. But the record said nothing of a Sergeant Vance. In fact, according to the Council database, the human wasn't even listed as military personnel. 3 cycles later, during a ceremonial debrief, the Gatar High Commander herself came to visit the training grounds. She was 8 feet tall, covered in armor so ornate it looked alive. The cub, Rikiri, now grown, walking on 2 legs with pride, stood beside the line of survivors. When she saw Alara, she broke rank. Walked right up to her. Kneeling, claws pressed to the dirt, she said, "I failed every test. I lost every fight, but you saw me. You made me more. You made me a soldier." And then, with the innocence only the Gatar young could hold, she looked up and asked softly, "Can I be yours now?" The hall went silent, because that phrase, "Can I be yours?" wasn't metaphorical in Gatar culture. It was a binding vow. A cub could only offer that to one who outranked their own bloodline. The commanders hissed in shock. For a cub of a warrior lineage to offer allegiance meant they recognized the other as alpha. And when they ran the records, they finally found the truth. Alara Vance had no visible rank because her actual clearance level was black. Directive 01, the kind reserved for special reconnaissance operatives of the Terran Vanguard, the first human special forces unit ever integrated into Coalition. Command, her file was sealed because her rank outranked them all. When questioned, Alara finally spoke. "You asked why we don't flaunt our ranks. Because rank isn't about command. It's about responsibility. You see a predator, you see dominance. We see duty. You fight to prove worth. We fight so others don't have to. And she turned to the cub, smiling faintly. You already are mine, Rikiri. Every soldier who stands, every life that fights to protect is mine, whether they know it or not. The hall, thousands of alien officers, bowed their heads. Not out of fear. Out of understanding, for the first time, the coalition saw the human rank for what it was, not measured in medals, but in the lives they refused to abandon. Years later, Rikiri became the youngest Gatar commander in history. Her armor bore no crest, only a simple human word etched across her gauntlet. Vance. And when her troops asked her what it meant, she said, "It's the name of the one who taught me what strength really is. The one who didn't save me, but made sure I could save others." In time, the coalition rewrote their ranks. Where once there had been 10 levels of command, they added an 11th, a rank that required no insignia, no title, no authority. It simply read, human. No one realized the human's rank until the cub asked that question. They thought hierarchy was about dominance, but to the humans, it was always about guardianship. And when the stars burn low and the darkness comes again, I know whose footsteps I'll follow. Static fades, footsteps echo in the dark. A human voice whispers, all species, one duty.